Hello everyone, my name is Theo and welcome to another video. How is everyone doing? I hope everyone's well. And again, I'm sorry for not having uploaded anything for some time. And for the very few people who like the Let's Play that I'm doing, I have some problems. You may have heard some audio problems, like some popping, some electrical interference or whatever. I'm trying to fix it, and I'm not going to post another video of like the Let's Play before I actually fix it, because it annoys me and I don't like it. Anyway, on this video I would like to say, guessing from the title you've already guessed what it's about, why this is my own opinion, so if you don't agree or whatever, then don't hate me, why I prefer PC gaming over consoles, saying Xbox 360, PlayStation 3, and you know, Wii and the Wii U that just came out. But as I said again, this is my own opinion. If you don't agree, that's fine. If you do agree, that's great. And we'll see how it is. On my screen, I have noted 4 words. These are the 4 topics, not topics. The 4 subjects. Let's go with topics. the four things that I want to develop, and with which I will show to you my point and why I have this preference. First one being the keyboard and mouse. Second being that you can do a lot more with your computer. Third one being the graphics, and fourth one being the mods. Now I'm sure there's more, which I might just have an epiphany and just remember from nowhere, and we'll see. But to start with the first point, keyboard and mouse. Now some people may say that they don't like playing with the keyboard and mouse. I used to be like that before I started playing on the PC. It took me a while to get used to it, I'm not going to lie. It's not an easy transition going from a gamepad, a controller, to the keyboard and the mouse, because there's so much more buttons, so much more you can do with it. But if you do get used to it, then you are going to see it's so much better. The amount of control that you have over your shots, like if you're playing an FPS game, or the things you can do with a keyboard, you have much more control of what's happening. You know, you can put different shortcuts, and you know, you can control much more of the game and easier than you do with a controller. Now a controller, on the other hand, okay, is much more comfortable. You know, you can go sit on your couch, lay back and play with your controller, which you can do with a keyboard. I mean, okay, you can go to on the couch and play with a keyboard, but you can't lay back because you also have the mouse and all that. Some of my games I do play with an Xbox 360 controller, which, you know, is nice, but for FPS games, for strategy games, which there's not really many strategy games on the consoles anyway. But for those kind of, but in general, the amount of control you have with a mouse and keyboard is much better. Plus, you can choose from a huge different variety of, you know, mouse and keyboards. Whereas with consoles, you are basically stuck with what Microsoft or Sony give you. I mean, yeah, okay, and Nintendo, but you know, whatever. I mean, that's all I have to say for the keyboard and mouse. If you don't like it, then, you know, give it a try. Maybe in some time, when you get used to it, you will like it, because it does take some getting used to. But in the end, I think it's much better. Now the second point, that you can do much more with a PC. Now I know that the consoles, when they came out, cost around 300 to 400 euros, and now they're even cheaper, as in 200, 250, I think. Whereas for a decent gaming PC, you're paying around 700 to 1000 euros. But that difference for me is acceptable, because with a PC you can do so much more than just play a game or see a movie, okay, than you can with the Xbox or the PS3. What I mean by this is, if you have a fast PC, generally everyone's using a PC right now. Everyone's using a computer, let's say a PC, because some guys are using Macs. You never know. But you're using a computer almost every day. And if it's fast, then you're going to have a much more pleasant experience with it. Like start up faster, load up programs faster, and all that. Now, if you're just doing Facebook or whatever, that's fine. Then you won't really see a benefit of having a €1,000 PC to do that. But if you also render videos, if you do Photoshop, if you do 3D editing, if you do generally anything, then a good PC, a good computer will just benefit your life, and you will be a happier person. Because you know, if it can handle it better, then you know you're going to be happy. Because for me, I do the video editing, some Photoshop, and some 3D applications. And if I had a €300 PC, then I would just bang my head against the wall, because it would just be painful to wait 4 hours for a video to render, or wait 10 hours for a 3D scene to render, because a slower PC means slower everything. And as I said, the difference of price, which is about 3 times of what a console costs, is for me reasonable, because you can do more than 3 times the amount of things that the console can do. Because at the Xbox, okay, you can play games, you can chat with friends, which I'm not going to lie is amazing and much easier to do than a PC, because you have to add, like, you know, a Mumble or TeamSpeak to do it. Then you have to like add them manually, and it's difficult to get to know people. Whereas in the Xbox, it's much more simple. You just play online, you trash talk, and then you might meet a friend and add them to your friend list and have a really nice time. That's fine. And I love the Xbox and the PS3 for that it's much easier to meet people and, like, make new quote unquote friends and talk to online, which is really nice. Whereas on the PC, that's a lot harder to do. It's a lot harder to do. I mean, if you play PC games, then you'll know what I'm talking about. But that's pretty much it. I mean, I'd rather spend €1,000 on a good PC than 300 on a console, for the reason I just stated. Now, if you don't have the money, that's fine. By all means, get a console if you're a gamer. No one's going to kill you. But as I said, those are my reasons. Third point, the graphics. Now, I'm not a graphics whore, but graphics do increase the immersion that a game has, which is normal. The better it looks, the more real it feels, and the more immersed you feel in the game. But the graphics are not everything. I still play games from 2002, 2005, and I still have a lot of fun because the gameplay is amazing. But I also do like graphics. I like pretty things. That's why I have a GTX 680, because I like having pretty things, and I like having them at high FPS as well. Which, another thing, I do notice the difference between 25, 30, and 60 FPS. Some people say it's not possible, but it is possible. If you just see a game, if you see Battlefield, for example, on the PC at 60 frames, it looks so much better than on the Xbox or PS3, because it's so much smoother. And if you don't believe me, just go to a friend's house or whatever and look at someone playing the game at 60 FPS. It's so much better. And it's better. I don't really know how else to say it. If you don't believe me again, then you need to see it with your own eyes to see my point. And graphics, well, I like graphics. As I said before, I am not a graphics whore, but everyone likes good graphics, whether they say it or not. They do like graphics, because very few people would actually go back to playing a game where they type the word and do something like they did back in 1985 or something. Fourth point being mods. Some people like them, again, some people don't. I don't like mods that change the game to make it much easier. For example, in Skyrim, there's a mod that I can use Dragon Souls as perks to increase my my skill tree, which I don't like, because it makes the game much easier. than it's supposed to be, or other mods that allow you to carry like 1,000 kilos. Those mods I don't like. But mods for Skyrim such as detailed cities, which add more trees, more people, more everything in cities, just makes it, you know, nice. Or mods that I can't really come up with a mod on the top of my head, but mods for games, like DayZ for example. It was a mod for Arma 2, and look, it's great. Or mods for Minecraft. Minecraft on its own is okay, but with mods it becomes amazing, and I'm sure that everyone would agree with me on this point. And if you've played Minecraft both on the Xbox and the PC, you'll see what I mean by the importance of mods. Now I just remembered a fifth point that I wanted to add, which is games. Now I know that the consoles have, I'm guessing, more exclusive titles like Gears of War, God of War. There's more, but I can't really remember them. But on the PC, you get strategy games. Now I'm a person who likes strategy games, so as you can understand, that's a big plus for me. For me to be able to play the Total War series, like Napoleon, Shogun, Civilization. There's just so many really good strategy games that are just not able to be ported on the on consoles for them, because they lack, you know, the keyboard and the mouse, which grant the user the control that he needs to do everything that happens. And also the graphics, the processing power is lacking on the consoles for that. Now, I don't think there's another point. I mean, I'm probably forgetting something right now. I'm sure I'm forgetting something. But you get a pretty good idea of what I mean and why I say that I prefer PC gaming over consoles, for the reasons I just stated before. Now, if you don't agree, that's fine. If you agree, that's fine. Leave some comments if you want, and we can argue. But please don't turn it into like a PC versus consoles war, or like the master race versus the plebs. I don't have any intention of coming out like that the PC is the master race, even though it is. I'm joking. I have no intention of coming up like that, but you know, I love my PC and I would never go back to consoles. I mean, if I had nothing else to do, if I didn't have my PC, then, you know, of course I'd play on the Xbox or PS3. I have both of them. I both have an Xbox and a PS3. But ever since I bought my PC, I rarely touch them for the reason I said. Although what I do miss is the simplicity of the consoles, how they, you know, most of the time work, how you don't really have to tinker around with settings to make it work, like driver updates, they just happen automatically, and the simplicity to just talk to new people and all that. There you go. I'm not biased. So that's it for the video. If you enjoyed, leave a rating. If you didn't, then leave a rating again, leave a dislike, I don't know. And I'll see you guys on the next time. Thanks for watching.